Okay, so this is a video for Irina especially, and what we've got is we've got this image of a flag of Albania, and we want to put it on top of Big Ben. Now, there's two things that are wrong with this. First of all, you've got a background which needs to disappear, and second of all, there is the size. So to get rid of the background, the easiest way is you can use the lasso tool. Now, the lasso tool is, sorry, the magic wand tool rather. The magic wand tool you can click on like this, and straightforwardly you can just delete the background like that. That will work, but you'll see that there's some problems with this where it's a bit too similar what it's got there and it's taken away too much. So instead of doing that, I'm going to undo using Control Alt and Z. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the tolerance up here so that it selects less. So I'm going to say let's have a tolerance of 12, and then let's see. No, it's still getting it. Let's go right down to 5. And it's still getting it. Okay. The other way around this is you can use, for example, any of the select tools, like the rectangular marquee tool here, and if you hold down Shift, it will add whatever you select to the current selection. There we are. Oh, actually I wanted to subtract, never mind. Okay, so subtract using the Alt key from the current selection. There we are. And we can either delete, or if we've got a more complex background in there, we can add a thing called a layer mask like that. Now, it's actually added it the wrong way round, so I need to invert my selection first. So select, inverse, and now it's got everything but that selected, and if I add a layer mask, there we are. So you can see over here on the layer that it's coloured in black, all the bits that it's rubbed out. If I wanted to, I could paint white onto the layer mask and the white would come back. Now we've got the thorny problem of how to actually put it up on the top. We're going to use a thing called the transform tool. I press Control and T, and it allows me then to move around and to resize the image. I'm going to put this right up on top of Big Ben up here, and I'll use the Alt key and the mouse wheel to zoom in. And I'm going to make this smaller again. And I'm just going to put that in there behind there. So when we zoom out, you can now see the Albanian flag flying proudly from Big Ben. However, it could be a little bit more dynamic, so I'm going to use a thing called the warp tool by right-clicking and pressing warp. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to just distort the edges of the flag slightly, ever so slightly like that. And it just makes it look a little bit more realistic. So if I zoom out, it's looking a bit better, and let's just bring that out like that. And there we are. To accept the warp and the transform, I press enter, and we can see that actually it's come in. Now, there's also a bit of stuff coming on the screen here. We can just rub that out on the layer mask by painting black onto the layer mask with the brush. Need a slightly smaller brush there. There we are. And off that goes. And there we are. Flag sitting proudly on top of Big Ben. What do you reckon, Irina?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Good. So, in summary, what we did was we imported both images. We used two methods, so both the lasso tool and deleting, and also using the layer mask to cut out the flag. We then used the transform tool to resize it and put it on top of Big Ben. Thanks for watching.